I just got these through the post. They've been sent to me by SoundPEATS. Anyway, this is what they look like, and you can see here they are what are called air conduction type, rather than bone transfer or anything else. So what it means is that this bit goes over the ears, and the sound is actually pushed into the ear rather than put in the whole thing. As you see, it's quite a big box. As is normal with SoundPEATS, you've got an extremely attractive box, nice high quality packaging. Looks like it's going to do the job, feels like it's going to do the job, and basically it does the job. I have no doubt that when you get your SoundPEATS, they're going to be in good condition, because the box will have made sure it is, even if the box has been attacked. But there's one little niggle that gets me with this, and you can see it here. You've got to pull this little flap forward, that's fine, and then you've got to get the lid of the box over that bit that's the sort of like the hook bit, and they're so well made, they're so well put together, that it's a hell of a job. If you want to keep your box in nice condition like I tend to get that over that tag there is very difficult. It's only a little thing, but you know, just be aware. It's even more difficult when you try to do it with one hand, but then such is the life of a YouTuber. Anyway, there we go. So that's managed to get that off. We'll skip forward a bit and see what's in the box. And the answer to that is nothing that you don't need. So you've got the instructions are on the bottom there. Typical, just like a USB plug. You pull it out and you find it's the wrong way out. Right, so under there you had the instructions, which is the normal SoundPEATS instructions. 7 languages and quite concise, not a problem there. And then you got in here, you got the USB-C. This is for charging purposes. And then you got the actual headphones are still in the packet there. A short but functional USB-C lead. Nice quality, but that's all you need to know really. So then we take these out of the box, the packet, the shrink wrap, whatever you want to call it, and there we have a look. You've got 3 controls on it. It's multi-press. I'll put up the instruction page and you can freeze frame on it if you want to, if you have a problem with reading it otherwise. And yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. So you just got the neck strap part of it and the 2 eary bits, and that's all there is in the box. So have a look at that, and there we go. I'll put up the control codes for you here. Back to the studio, and this is what they actually look like. Here we go. So they go over the ear rather than, so on here you've got speaker, and on here you've got speaker, and you fit them. They're rather good because they don't get in the way of things. You fit them over your ears in that way, and then that speaker actually just sits outside of your ear canal, or if you want the technical term for it, simplified, the hole. So you just put them over the holes in your head. But the beauty of it is I can hear everything. At the moment I haven't got any sound on, but I can hear everything. And when I put the sound on, the sound will be added to it. Now you may say, well, what's the point of headphones where you've got added on sound? Well, the thing is, if you're running or driving or doing anything where you need to be able to hear what's going on, why would you not want to hear what's going on? Because it's dangerous. If you're out doing the job, if you're trying to do stuff around the house, I find these really useful because I can do things around the house. If the doorbell rings, I can actually hear that the doorbell has rung, which means that I can then go and answer the door. It's as simple as that. Or the phone rings, not my mobile phone, but the one that's in the house. We've got. It's not a dial. It's push buttons, but it's an old-fashioned phone. It's connected to the wall. It's magic. It goes bring bring. I can hear it with these on, and the sound quality on these is absolutely second to none for this style. I mean, don't get me wrong. The problem with these sort of earphones is that you can hear other sound with them. But where that works to your advantage, like I said, with all the stuff being around, it's great. but it does mean that you've got good quality sound whilst you're doing whatever it is you're doing. Whereas if you use the stick it in your ear type buds, you've got the problem that they're in your ear and you can't hear anything. So unless you start putting on some of the SoundPEATS ones have actually got the ability to feed sound in from the microphone, which is okay, so you can have a conversation, but it does mean that you've got this rather tinny sound coming from the microphone all the time you're doing stuff. Whereas when you're using these, you're actually literally just hearing the sound from around using your ears, and this is then squirting the sound that you want to hear. So this is more like having speakers on a hi-fi system. In fact, if you've got a problem with having, if you don't like headphones but you like listening to stuff on speakers, but you live in a place where that's not really practical because of the noise or the times of day that you work, this is ideal because this gives you the speaker experience without having to have the volume so that everybody can hear it, because basically you only you can hear it. It could be annoying on a bus if you got it really loud, but I don't even think that'd be a problem because most buses I've been on, and I've been on quite a few, they are not that quiet. So as long as you are sensible with them, they're not going to give you a problem. Unlike normal, you know, the open-backed earbuds that a lot of people have, and the really cheap sort of corded ones, and you sat there and it's going. Well, these don't do that because they're putting the sound into your ear and they're putting it in properly, as in one direction. So that's what they look like, and I think they're rather smart. A quick run through of the functions. There's one other thing about these which is rather good. They are multi-point connection. The words they use are slightly different. Air conduction headphones, 16.2mm diameter, stable and comfortable to wear. Now that's quite important. That means that they don't have a habit of falling off. But one of the features that's most useful, I use these now for my computer. So I have the sound set up for my computer, but it means that I can hear when my wife comes in or when the doorbell rings, as I said. Now, that's great, but what happens when the phone rings, as in my mobile phone? Well, my mobile phone is connected to them at the same time as my computer is. And it works on a simple principle. If the computer is talking to the headphones, I'm playing something back, and then the phone rings, the phone will override the computer. On the other hand, if you're playing something on the phone, and that's what you're listening to, and then something pops up on the computer will interrupt. It's a handy function. If you don't want that function, don't pair them both at the same time and sit within range of them. But working around here, the 10-meter range is about right. Obviously with Bluetooth it's directional, but I was wandering around at least 20 feet from the computer, and it was still working very acceptably. They are line of sight. If you get a wall in the way, obviously that's going to have an effect. But they are brilliant. I mean, they are really nice. And have you seen the price? Currently on Amazon, they're about £26. That is a very good price, because you're not going to get that sort of money, decent sound anywhere else, really. Not with all the benefits that these have got. They are a proper make. They are nicely made. The quality on these, I think, is absolutely excellent. And I've not had a problem with any of the SoundPEATS stuff. You get access to an app. The app, which you put on your phone, will give you the ability to fine-tune the actual earphones. It also keeps the firmware up to date. There is when I got these the other week, I had to do a firmware update, which is nice and simple and easy. You go onto the app. The app finds the earphones and says, yeah, there's an update. Would you like to do it now? So you say yes, and it took about a minute and a half. So very, very quick. Depends obviously on the speed of your phone and your data connection, but hardly anything to do. But now I'm using the SoundPEATS. They appear to be quite good sound cancelling as far as the microphone's concerned. We'll have to see. just to make sure we covered everything, you've got 17 hours of battery life. You've got an app which allows you to set up your own EQ. You've got the ability to make phone calls, and you've got really good bass response. You've got large diameter drivers, and it's good for the sort of thing that gets you out and about. So there you have it, the SoundPEATS RunFree Lite. A very nice, very neat piece of equipment that will allow you to enjoy yourself out and about and around the house and anywhere else you want some good quality music without cutting yourself off from the rest of the world, which I think is pretty good, really. So there you go. Any comments, any experience, if you're interested in passing on any help to anybody else, then please put it in the comments. In the meantime, there will be a link in the description to Amazon if you want to buy any of these sort of things, and I'll catch you another time. Cheers, bye bye.